Hey chums, welcome back to a long overdue episode of the Game of Chums podcast. I'm your host once again, the adorable, lovely, vibrant, optimistic Paul. And with me as always is my sweaty, hot, tired, disheveled, um, melancholy co-host, the admirable Mr. Roars. Mr. Roars, how the hell are you?
Very warm.
It's warm.
It's very warm.
Yeah. Is that it? Is that
That's
all you
it.
got
Yeah,
to
just, I'm
say?
just warm.
It's just
Just
warm,
overly
yeah?
warm.
Yeah. I mean, come on, man. We haven't done this for a while. Is that all you got to say?
It's been a while, but yes, I'm warm.
It's quite warm in the UK. Not as warm as it has been, but still pretty warm. As you probably well know, us Brits can't handle warm weather in our own country because we're country's not built for warm weather. It's
It is
built
not. It's built
it's
for
built
cold
for
weather.
cold and damp weather.
So nice
Um,
thick brick walls filled with insulation. So
mhm,
it might be 30 degrees outside and it'll probably be about 35 inside. And it's absolutely horrible.
yeah,
It's not that hot
yeah,
today, but it's hot enough where it's
yeah.
slightly annoying.
Yeah, I mean, this is our third or fourth heat wave we've had in the UK. Most
Yeah.
people just call it a summer, but here it's like a novelty to have anything that's above 22 degrees during the summer. So,
Not anymore,
yeah,
it's not.
yeah, it's becoming more and more frequent now. I think climate change and the world is heating up, so this is what we got to look forward to. More freak weather, floods in countries, storms, typhoons, blistering heat,
Wildfires.
wildfires. It's the end of days, Ross. It's the end of days.
Man, I
And
remember, I think it was 2022 or 2023, we had a heat wave of like a week where it was all like high 30s, and there were 2 days where it was like over
mm,
40 degrees C. And had to get the train to work. And southeastern trains, pretty good. Get on them, it's like an ice box, nice and cool. Southwestern trains, you get on that, they don't even turn the aircon on. So I remember standing on the platform one day, one of those days when it was like 41, 42 degrees C, and the train rolled in, the doors opened, a blast of even hotter air came out of the train. I was like, oh my God, must have been like 45 degrees on that train. I'm surprised people weren't passing out. That should be illegal. Anyway, that's my rant about bad trains and hot weather.
yeah. Um, yeah, I mean, like you say, it's been warm. Uh, yeah, it's a lot of stuff
That's
has
about all there
happened
is to
in
say about that.
yeah, I mean, it's lot of stuff has happened in the world of the video games. Microsoft with its mass layoffs, cancellation of games. I feel like that's been a while, and but we will just say that sucks. So, Perfect Dark reboot got cancelled.
Sure did.
No, I
Contraband
mean,
got cancelled.
mhm.
Well, Perfect Dark got cancelled and the studio got closed.
Mm,
So that's like a double whammy of shit.
yeah,
And then
yeah,
Contraband got cancelled. I don't think anyone's surprised about that because all we've ever seen of it is like the announcement trailer about 5 years ago or something.
yeah.
But I
Perfect
can't
Dark,
remember if there was anything else though.
Perfect Dark had some gameplay. Well,
And it looked really,
it, it,
it looked pretty
it looked
good.
really, it looked really,
It
really
looked
good.
promising. I was really
Uh,
looking forward to that.
Yeah, it's a shame. Like, it's always with Xbox, they do like so many. They do a lot of good things to get the public to have faith in them again, and then they go and do that. Just takes
One
one
step
thing, and
forward, 9 steps back.
yeah, I
They
mean,
just seem
think
to be
about it.
flailing around in general at the moment and not
Mm,
knowing what the hell they want to do. Putting all their
mm,
games on other platforms and cancelling other games and just in
mm,
general seem to be speed running the death of the business at the moment. So
yeah, yeah,
that and the fact that their parent company is basically helping Israel perpetrate a genocide is kind of turning me off Xbox a bit at the moment, to be quite honest.
mm.
But anyway, I guess we won't go too heavily into that.
Yeah. No. I feel like we're not a political um podcast, so I
We're
think
not,
we'll
but I think
stay.
it bears mentioning. But yeah, we're not going to go
We're
deep
so
into it.
I think people will listen to us for our opinions on gaming than the war in Gaza. But yeah. So talking about like Xbox going multi-plat, there's been rumors about I don't know how much weight there is to it that PlayStation are looking to do the same thing. There's been a lot of hearsay, a lot of sort of rumors and leaks on like places like Twitter and other sort of supposed to be reliable sources saying that that's going to be PlayStation's next sort of thing they're going to do is start releasing their games onto multi-platform. I don't know how much truth there is to that though, but they have released Helldivers 2 onto Xbox.
That's coming this month. I think it says month, sometime this month. Is it
Isn't
out
it?
already,
It's
or
already out, I think. Yeah,
has
pretty
it
sure there was a
has it snuck by me?
is it a crossover with Halo ODST, isn't it? They've
Is it
added
okay?
the ODSTs into it.
I
Yeah.
knew it was August, but I just didn't know what day it was. So I was thinking it was the end of the month for some reason.
Hmm. Um. What do you think about these supposed rumors, bros?
Well, you say you don't know how credible some of these sources are. One of them is the Sony Senior Vice President, Sadahiko Hayakawa.
Mm-hmm.
So kind of what kicked this off. When was this? Like a week and a half ago, maybe. They
Yeah.
had their earnings call, I think. I'm really not interested in like the financial side of the industry, so I have no idea what it is. I think it's their like big like earnings thing they do where they have like shareholders ask questions and stuff. But yeah, the quote that we saw on Twitter was from Genki underscore JPN, who does a lot of like Japanese industry stuff. And it
Mm-hmm.
was Sony Senior Vice President Sadahiko Hayakawa says gradually shifting their gaming business from a hardware-centric business model to a community and engagement-based platform business model. And then the quote is, in the gaming business, we are moving away from a hardware-centric business model more to a platform business that expands the community increases engagement. So obviously people took that to mean more multi-platform stuff. Um, and some people got very, very angry at the suggestion that that's what that might mean. But I mean, they've been kind of moving in that direction anyway. We know MLB The Show has gone to Xbox in recent years.
Mm.
Helldivers is now there. They put that Lego Horizon game on Switch. Marathon's coming to Xbox. Excuse me. Should also point out I've had a cold for the last week. Who the hell gets a cold in the middle of a heat wave? So if you hear me
Mm-hmm.
coughing a bit, that's why. But yeah, I mean they've been putting games on multi-platform, just kind of like speculatively. Like MLB The Show was, I think the understanding most people have is that the Major League Baseball kind of forced them into doing that to keep the license. Um, and then Marathon is supposedly coming because they promised to keep Bungie's stuff multi-plat, which I think was nonsense at the time. To be honest, I think that was a thing they could very easily row back on. And then we saw like when there was a game that was in an incubation team at Bungie were doing, um, and Sony thought it looked promising, so they spun the team off and made them an internal studio. So I mean, they could have done that at any point with any project that looked interesting. Gone, oh well, it's not a Bungie game anymore, so it's exclusive. So I think that was always a bit shaky. But yeah, they've been doing stuff like that. Helldivers now, people are kind of assuming their games as a service stuff and the multiplayer stuff is just going to be multi-platform, which is possible. That might be all it is, and that would be a smart thing to do because those games live and die on engagement. Multiplayer games where all the money's coming through microtransactions and battle passes and stuff, you need as many people playing it as possible. So it makes sense to
Mm-hmm.
have that stuff across platform. And then
Mm-hmm.
people going, "Oh, Spider-Man's going to be on Xbox." And that seems a bit premature. Let's wait and see what they do. I don't think that'd be crazy because that game is 7 years old now, and it's sold all it's going to sell on PlayStation at this point. So why not sort of throw it out to a different audience
Mm.
and get a few more sales from it? But I don't know if it's likely or not. I guess we'll see what happens.
Does Sony own the rights to Spider-Man in general and other media?
I think that they own those games as like
Yeah, but the
discrete sort of
character,
pieces of media. They don't own the character.
yeah. I know they own the film rights to Spider-Man.
I don't think they even own that. That's been a thing that people have always sort of thrown around, but I don't think they actually own it. I think they have some kind of deal in place over it where they kind of get sort of rights of first refusal on the films and stuff. But I don't think they actually own the character as
But
far as movies go.
it kind of makes me feel like what like Indiana Jones was developed by a Xbox studio, and then it came out onto PlayStation, because everyone's saying you can't own Indiana Jones. Well, I was like, well, what about Spider-Man? Can you, kind of like that's shouldn't really be exclusive to one platform. Character like Spider-Man or like Superman or Batman should really be
Yeah,
on everything,
I mean, from the standpoint of where I think Marvel went to Sony and said, "Do you want to make a superhero game?"
Mm.
And Sony said, "Yeah, okay, we'll have Insomniac." And they asked Insomniac what they wanted to do, and they said Spider-Man. So I think from the point of view where like Sony's probably majorly funded that, and for all I know, they might have even had to pay to use a license, and their studios made it. I can understand why that's an exclusive. The thing where it gets really silly is when you have like the Avengers game came out and they announced Spider-Man DLC exclusive to PlayStation. Like that's stupid. I think that's indefensible, to be quite honest with you.
Mm.
But I mean, Indiana Jones was exclusive for like 6 months. It
Yeah,
was
six
announced
months.
as well, yeah, it was announced as an exclusive, released as an exclusive, and then kind of surprise multi-platform release months later after Xbox decided to start flailing around and not knowing what the hell they were doing. So, I mean, if it had stayed as it was originally intended, that would still be an exclusive and it'd be kind of in the same space as Spider-Man. But I think when a first party, when like a platform holder gets a first party studio to make it, it makes sense that it's exclusive. Um, but yeah, when it like crosses over into other stupid shit like that, Avengers DLC is just that was ridiculous. And for the most part, I think most of the gaming community told them that was ridiculous.
Mm.
And then the game flopped anyway. So
What, Indiana Jones?
no Avengers.
Oh, Avengers. Oh, right. No. Yeah, Avengers flopped hard. I mean, so did like what was the DC equivalent? Suicide Squad, Kill the
Mm,
Justice League. That flopped
I
as
think that
well.
was even worse.
Yeah. I think people just don't like that sort of system, that
The thing was, I played a bit of the Avengers game
online.
when it went on Game Pass, and like
Yeah.
up when you play just sort of the single player missions up until you unlock the multiplayer crap, it was pretty decent. It looked really good. It was fun enough to play. It wasn't amazing, but it's enjoyable enough. And then all the bloody progression crap comes in and the repeatable co-op missions, and you're just like, all right, I'm out now. Don't care about this
Yeah.
anymore.
Yeah.
If they hadn't have just made a single player action adventure game, I think it would have actually done pretty well.
Yeah.
But, everyone wants their games as a service. Fortnite mega hit now.
Well, no one's going to touch Fortnite. Fortnite's its own entity now, isn't it? It's sort of like its
Uh,
own thing.
I mean,
It's
they've
all
even
blue.
got Rock Band in it now.
They got everything in there. I mean, they collab with everyone.
Concerts.
Yeah. They do everything. It's just like its own beast now, isn't it? You can't really compete with it. It blew PUBG out of the water. PUBG, remember, was the big
Despite
one, and then
basically copying it.
yeah, and it just blew PUBG out of the water. Nothing
Remember when
comes close to
Fortnite?
it.
No, remember when Fortnite was just a survival crafting game?
Yeah, I remember that.
I
Yeah,
think most people have forgotten that at this point. And then
yeah,
PUBG
yeah.
came out, and they went, "Oh shit, we got to copy that. Have a battle royale mode." And
There
now
was a
it's
few.
like their whole metaverse platform thing, whatever the hell that's supposed to mean.
There was um. There's a few like sort of battle royale games come out around about that when PUBG hit the big time. I remember I used to stream was it H1's
H1N1.
one, yeah.
I
And then
saw
that
someone
died.
mention that on a forum the other day, and it reminded me of because we played it a handful of times.
Yeah.
Because I remember when PUBG came out on Xbox, Ian Higdon from Eurogamer started streaming H1N1 and talking about how it was better than PUBG. So we
Yeah.
played it and we were like, is this guy on crack? This game is terrible. Like
Well,
PUBG wasn't amazing, but H1N1 was dire.
I do like Ian Hickton. He's got some good points. He's done a good work on Eurogame. I think he's
That
like
was not a good point though.
that was not, everyone has an off day, so I'll let that pass. It's a shame. Like speaking of Eurogamer, I used to watch Eurogamer quite a lot, especially like I remember the golden sort of time with it was Johnny Chiodini,
Chris Pratt,
Chris Pratt, the what's the Irish girl's name?
Aoife.
Forgive me, Aoife, and yeah, Ian Hickton. Now I remember that. I really liked those four. And obviously, all of them left, apart from Ian Hickton, who's just never going to leave Eurogamer. He's part of the furniture, and I don't even know who the new video team is because I don't what
Um,
they
Zoe
got.
is one of them. Zoe Delahanty. Like
Oh
I quite like her.
yeah,
I don't watch them anywhere
yeah,
near as much as I used to, but I think I
yeah.
quite like Zoe.
Hmm.
Um, a lot of the time when I tune into their stuff, it's her and Ian doing stuff.
I think they got a new person on there.
Yeah, I think there might be at least enough. Oh, Jim Trinker does stuff occasionally.
Yeah,
The Scottish guy. He's been around in the industry for quite a while. He's quite funny.
they just don't have it's just the chemistry. I miss that sort of camaraderie with those four. I think that was peak Eurogamer in my
It was
opinion.
good times.
Obviously, all of them have gone off to do their own thing. Johnny Dini does sort of they do sort of role playing videos now. They collaborate a lot with Outside Xbox. Um, Chris Pratt, not that Chris Pratt.
Well,
He
it's Brat with a B, so
Pratt, sorry, yeah.
he
He
does People
that
Make Games, doesn't he?
people
Which
make
is
games. That's
pretty big.
pretty big. Yeah,
Yeah,
I think that's eclipsed Eurogamer now in terms of
probably
size
has.
and
Yeah,
views. Yeah,
yeah.
and
He's done really well with that. It's a really good channel.
Aoife's done. Um, she's in like a head of. She like a
She went to CDPR, didn't she?
yeah. So she's doing big things. Yeah, they're all doing pretty well. And obviously, Ian Hickton, he loves his job, and he's the original. He's was like
The
a one man
OG.
show. Yeah, so he's not going to leave that. He must be getting paid quite well, handsomely. I mean, like I wouldn't mind their job. So yeah, but we're doing our own thing here, Ross. We got our own thing. We're finally fully monetized.
We are. We're
So
making pennies.
you might notice some ads on our videos, but that's
And what
how it
was the
is now.
video that tipped us over the edge?
Yeah, let's talk about it. We're primarily a gaming channel, right? So we and like sort of geeky, nerdy stuff. So anything sci-fi, Japan, anime, video games, films, any sort of pop culture, that's sort of our thing, our bread and butter. But the video that pushed us over there was actually a music video. It was the last music video. It was the last concert that Black Sabbath performed, and obviously R.I.P. Ozzy Osbourne's last ever performance, and shortly afterwards he died. So rest in peace, Ozzy. Mama's coming home and all that. It's yeah, but that was the video that got us finally fully monetized. The video is not making any money because it got demonetized straight away and blocked in certain countries.
But it got us
But
over
yeah,
the line.
it got us finally. We were always there and thereabouts. But that finally just sort of pushed us over the edge and got us monetized. And now I'm just waiting for the verify my address, but we won't go into all those details on the thing. But we are monetized, so it'd be
Yeah.
nice to make up like some money off it. It was never our full intention to be like,
Yeah, it was always very much if we make some money of it, that'd be nice, but it's just
yeah,
because we enjoy doing it.
we
But
enjoy doing. I mean, and who knows? Like, we've always spoken amongst ourselves, like we wouldn't mind doing this full time.
I'd
I
love to
mean,
do
who
this full
doesn't?
time, Jack, in my
Who
job.
who wouldn't mind be their own, do something they love, a hobby they love, be your own boss. Don't have to worry. Don't stress about your manager or anything like
Don't
that.
have
Be
to go
made
into an
redundant.
office and deal with other
Oh
people.
no. But I would say that like this is like far and if this ever happened, we get our own office, rent out a little place. There's a few places where I live. The industrial estate. You know where that is.
Oh
They
yeah,
they got they have
that's lovely
yeah,
place to go and work.
but it'll be your own place. They got office blocks there as well, so it'll be your own place. You make
Would be
that,
nice
but
to have a game with Chums
yeah,
studio somewhere.
studio, HQ, and you make it as you is. I think
Game with
I
Chums
will.
Towers.
I run past there, and they have like. Do you remember that play? that media company in Beckenham, Black Knight Media. My sister worked for them. Their offices are there now, and
Mm.
they always got like to lend and stuff. The office. I was like, hey,
Company that said
hey,
they wouldn't give me a job unless I cut my hair.
cut your hair. Yeah, um, that was silly. But what was I saying? Yeah, I mean, like this is just like fanciful thinking. But it would be nice to be our own bosses, like play the games, make videos, go to cons, interview
You'd
people. It
have
would be
so
good.
much more time to actually do stuff as well. You could start getting into like
Mm,
doing video reviews and stuff because at the moment, both work
yeah,
full
but
time. Just
there's
don't
just not
have the
enough
time.
time.
We
Yeah.
don't have time to play games, let alone actually finish them and then
I
make reviews.
barely play games now, mate. I don't even
I'm
stream that
playing.
much.
What are we now? We're like mid-August.
Yeah.
Final Fantasy 16 came out on the Xbox um, Game Showcase, which was what, like the 10th of June or something.
Yeah, a while back.
I'm still playing Final Fantasy 16. I'm like 25 hours in. That's how little time I have to just sit and play a game. So I wouldn't be able to review anything at the moment. Just don't have the time
No.
to actually get through a game.
Yeah.
But if we did this full time, you could actually, that would be your job, just to sit there and sort of play through a game, spend hours playing through it so you can make a review and stuff. Obviously, you'd get the game early as well if you were doing that.
Uh
But yeah, I'd love
yeah, I
to do
mean,
that. I mean, I
mm,
know I'm in no sort of illusions that it would be a job. It's not just like sitting on your ass playing video games all day. You would be working, but it would be more enjoyable than the job I'm doing at the moment.
you can sort of concentrate and sort of produce higher quality videos. Like, unfortunately, like the time we have, like the production of like some of our quality of our videos is not the highest, I must
Mm.
say. But it would be good, like if you had the time and stuff, you can sort of allocate that and sort of really put more time and thought into it and that extra production value. Like we said, if we do make money, we'll put it aside and invest back into the channel. You know, any little bit we make, put it back, cameras, equipment, like software recording and stuff like that. Like even like getting like decent editing software, we can just put that into that. And yeah, but that's the not the goal, but we can strive towards that. It gives us something a bit more to focus on. I mean, we do this for the love of what our hobby, but it would be like nice maybe sometime to get some. I mean, we do get creator passes and stuff when we've applied for when we had Animanga Pop. It's a very small con, but still got creator passes.
They were very
LAGC,
surprised
yeah.
that we
Well,
they scanned our QR codes. Oh, creative passes. They're like, yeah, you do have them, right?
yeah, we get credit passes for London Anime and Gaming Con. I got one for MCM. It'd be just nice to be like go there, you know, as sort of semi-professionals and report on everything a bit more, and to make some enjoyable content for everyone because we love what we do and we do this for the love. We do this podcast a lot. It's another reason why the podcast has been a bit infrequent recently. Is because we do have full-time jobs. We do have we have our lives, and the only time we can really do this is on a Sunday. And obviously, it's not possible to do that all the time. We got LAGC coming up in the end of August, so we probably won't be able to. We'll record that, but there'll be no podcast for another week, another 3 weeks, I believe. So yeah, apologies, but yeah, it's just nice that we
We
finally
do it and we can.
got it. Yeah, it's finally nice to get it, and we would like to continue finishing our Let's co-ops, such as
We'll get back to that at some.
Split
Again, life
Fiction,
getting in the way.
Halo Infinite. We didn't ever finish, so we want to get back into. We used to be pride ourselves in trying to or finishing Let's Plays. But obviously, the Let's Play format sort of died off a bit. But yeah, we
Yeah,
do pride
that's why
ourselves.
we switched to the Let's Co-op because I think it's a little bit
Mm,
more
mm,
um, involved, I guess, when there's two of us playing and sort of we're both playing the game. And especially with something like Split Fiction, where you get to see both of our
mm,
perspectives, which is interesting, and also
yeah. Mm.
slightly confusing when you're playing it. If you forget which side of the screen you're on sometimes.
Yeah, I've been guilty of that, like thinking I'm you, and I'm just like, oh wait, I'm the wrong character. I'm looking at the wrong screen. But it's a fun game. I really enjoy it,
It
and
is fun.
They don't miss, man. They don't miss.
Can see why
Um,
It Takes Two did so well and won Game of the Year. I might playing that at some point, but
hmm,
maybe that'll be somewhere down the line we do that one. But yeah, we are monetized. Hopefully, we're hoping now that there's ads on our videos, the algorithm starts to push them more, and maybe the views start going up. Um, but we're starting to make money. Very, very little money, and until we reach a certain threshold, which realistically is actually pretty low, but still might take us a while. We'll actually get a payout. So we might do a video where we go and get our first pint of beer with our earnings. Look for that in maybe about a
who
year.
knows? I mean, like we would like. I know this is business, but we would we I would like to concentrate on like the Patreon because we do. I have set up a Patreon, but there's nothing really in there at the moment because we just don't have the time to put anything on there, any incentives to sort of people to do it. So, not really pushing that, but I would like some stuff to put in there, maybe behind the scenes, a day in a life, a tour of something or other. You know what I mean? Just like behind the scenes of like when we record one day like together, and we plan to do that in person. Maybe I'll do a little short video of that and put it on Patreon, something like that. A longer edit of like sort of unedited versions of our con visits, because we do have a lot of footage, and we just sort of I edit it down to like a 20-minute 15-minute video. Maybe I'll put up a full like hour video of just pure unedited, no music in the background. Like I normally have music in there. It's no edits, just let it play out and show you guys more of it. More about waffling as well, because we do waffle on some of the
Yeah.
videos.
I think that's most of what Paul cuts out.
Yeah, I did a lot of it is just a name talking. And but if you guys like that, I'll just put up an unedited video of it. But yeah, what was we talking about again?
Random
Multi-platform.
stuff all over the gaff,
Yeah,
multi-platform
yeah.
stuff.
Yeah. Oh, you've got Gamescom coming up, Ross. It's coming up.
Gamescom
You-
is coming up. Well, but consider, I don't know when this video is going to go up, so it might be like literally today. But we're recording this on the Sunday. Gamescom is on the Tuesday. Opening, I think, pretty sure it's Tuesday. Opening night live with Jeff Keighley. Because it's a Jeff Keighley show, I'm going to say don't expect megatons because it
Mm,
doesn't seem to get him anymore.
no.
I think the Keighley shows have been a bit rubbish as of late. Um,
Yeah.
I know Xbox are going to be there. I think they're doing those like things where they do a live stream, like an all-day live stream, just like with dev talks and stuff.
Mm,
I've noticed Final Fantasy VII Remake is on the list for one of those days, so I'm guessing we'll probably get a date for that.
hmm.
And Keeper, the new game from Double Fine, is also on one of them, so I'm looking forward to seeing more of that. Unfortunately, Perfect Dark is not on either of those because they've cancelled it. The
Yeah.
twats.
Yeah. It's a shame because I think it was close, man. I know they pulled other teams to work on it. So
They had
they
Crystal Dynamics making it basic mainly, didn't they?
yeah. It's a I don't know why they did it. Maybe I don't know, costing too much. They just thought like their previous exclusives didn't really make any money for them. I know it was going to go on Game Pass,
Well,
but
apparently they've decided to cut costs across the board to pump more into AI. So apparently
uh, uh,
that's the driving force behind the layoffs and the
yeah.
cancellations and the studio closure. So they can stick another 30 billion into friggin' AI that nobody wants, but every tech company is going all in on.
Well, AI is just takes stuff from the internet and people's writing, creative ideas, art styles, and just takes it all off there and just uses it as its own. I've used
Yeah.
ChatGPT to create not didn't use them, but I created them to see what it was like for thumbnails, and I showed you some of them. Some
Terrifying is the answer.
terrifying, absolutely terrifying. I did put one of the thumbnails on the our Instagram, so if you want to have a look at that, Game with Chums, it's the handle name. It's terrifying,
It's an AI
absolutely
picture
terrifying.
of two guys that look sort of
Vaguely,
within about 70% of, well, no, maybe
um,
about 20% of us.
yeah, it's and I also did another one where I just typed in make a thumbnail for a Game with Chums, and it just came up with this generic cartoon, which looked like art stolen from probably a artist who's put their work on Fiverr or something like that. and just made
It
a thumbnail.
absolutely will be that.
Yeah,
That's
and
just all AI just scraping the internet and stealing stuff and
yeah,
repackaging it.
yeah. It's just a bit what it's a bit. It is worrying for not just for gaming, but for the creative industry in general. Really.
I'll be honest, I used Copilot to like answer certain questions,
Mm,
just to like get a vague idea of something. Like I've sent a couple to you because we're thinking of going to South Korea early next
mm,
year. So I've just like put a prompt in like what's a good affordable place to stay in South Korea, and then it'll like return a few um places to look at, just to use it as kind of a starting point, and then go and actually properly um
mm. It's
research
good.
those places. It's good to get a starting point for stuff
Yeah.
like that, rather and
It's
that you can then go and look deeper into. But
it's a
because if you
handy
just do a
tool.
search, you're going to be clicking through
Mm.
page after page after page of stuff. So
It is a handy tool, and I wish people would use it more as a tool than a replacement of people. You
well,
know.
that's the thing. I mean, the big kind of threat about it is replacing artists, and then now they're using it to write code and stuff like basic code, which is that's just basically going to put people out of work. And you're probably
Mm-hmm.
going to get like crap generic art instead of something made by a person, and that
Mm-hmm.
person's going to be out of work. It's just, yeah, using it for like prompts like I was talking about there, just to get you an idea to get started on something you want to learn more about. I think that's
Mm-hmm.
fine, but getting it to
Yeah.
draw shit for you, which always comes out slightly terrifying,
Yeah.
is a bit worrying.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah, apparently that's why Microsoft laid thousands of people off, so they could stick more money into that shit.
Well, the big wigs are always going to find ways to cut corners and cut costs and make more profit for them. So why would they pay X amount of artists when they can just use an AI sort of program to create most of their products to make a maximum amount of money and profit, which goes straight to the 5% on the top, even the 1% at the top. So it's not good.
Probably the
Uh,
0.01% at the top.
yeah, it's basically all the shareholders and people like that, and CEOs, and yeah, then the poor people
The
who,
C-suite psychopaths.
all the people who put all their heart and soul into a career, into creating something unique and beautiful in their own, is pretty much they're trying to make it redundant, which is a big shame. There's some pushback against it, but it looks like it's like an inevitability, really, isn't it? Like,
Looking
like
like.
it's just because like companies want, I seem to be pushing that more and more to eliminate paying people and people's needs to live and make money. They're just like, nah, fuck you. Yeah, we're gonna have more. It's gonna be tough in the next few years. It's a worrying time. I try not to think about it too much because that will give you endless sleepless nights. But it's something that you're gonna have to really like in the future. We're gonna have to come face to face with it and realize we're pretty much obsolete in some ways. If once AI can do everything that we can do, but better and quicker and more efficient,
Once they
you know,
start making AI videos of people going to cons, Paul, we're out of a job.
as soon as we make it and make a bit of money, it's just be like, right, we've replaced you with like AI, like Game
You
with
made
Chums.
£50 now. You've been replaced by AI.
Yeah. I mean, there's already AI videos on the YouTube, aren't there? So I know YouTube does, you have to let them know if you have used AI in creating
Well, you
any
have to
sort of
opt
work.
into it, don't you? So I think you can
Mm.
just literally just leave it unchecked and they don't give a crap.
Yeah, not like when they fucking try and demonetize your video or claim copyright claim it or something like that. All on that. I mean, you like even like a 10-second clip now is like I was like, wow, I thought that was okay to use a 10-second clip. Now it seems like no, can't use that. And the amount of times I've had to go through our videos because it's been claimed. It's like a 10-second
Mm.
clip, so I've had to go in and not like get them to edit out the music in the background and stuff like that. So it's just a pain in the ass. I'm just like, oh god, man.
Remember when it used to
But
be 30 seconds? You could leave like as
Yeah,
long as
no,
it was
no,
under
it's not.
30 seconds. Now it's just like
Nah,
if we
any.
detect one note, we're claiming it.
Yeah. It's always the worst ones are the Japanese things. They will be on you like a ton of bricks. So, like even before you've loaded it, like before it goes live, I think it's like the algorithm sort of searching and going, okay, found it. And then you're just like, well, I've not even put this live yet. It's not even to the public, and it's already been
This
hit.
sound is owned by Avex Tracks. Oh
Uh-huh.
Jesus, here we go.
Yeah. But are you looking forward to are you looking forward to Gamescom, Ross?
Uh,
Yeah.
looking forward to seeing a bit more of Keeper, like I mentioned.
Yeah.
Always turn up for Double Fine. Interested to see if we get a date for Final Fantasy VII Remake on Xbox, just so that it's finally over.
Finally happened, Ross. I don't think we actually talk about it because we didn't record a podcast when that got announced, did we?
We did the watch along thing, didn't we? Or
Yeah,
the
we did the watch along.
thing.
Yeah, yeah, we did. We did a watch along, like a live stream on Twitch, and then uploaded it to YouTube. But we didn't actually talk about it because that was a disappointing fucking
It
show, man.
was.
It was bad. It
It
wasn't
wasn't.
good.
It was their worst one in probably at least 7 years.
It was just a shame because like the last few ones have been sort of hitting home runs. The Xbox showcase, and this
They've
one,
been really
we were
good
all
for a number of years,
yeah.
and this one was just it wasn't bad. It was mid,
Mm.
but compared to what they'd been like for the last few years, it was bad.
I mean, I think everyone's like had the same reaction as us when the final trailer. We're like, oh, what's this? What's that? And we're
It
all
looked
like,
so
oh,
interesting until it turned
yeah,
out to be Call
had
of
to be
Duty.
Call of
It's like, what
Duty.
is
And
this?
it's
Is this some like new
like,
sci-fi IP
uh,
with the guy from Heroes in it? Oh
uh,
no, it's Call of Duty. Okay,
Call of Duty. I think everyone just sort of
deflated everyone.
deflated. Yeah,
Call of Duty should not be a one last thing. It's a known quantity. Everybody knows what Call of Duty is. Everybody
yeah,
knows whether or not they care about Call of Duty.
yeah,
It's not gonna
yeah,
it'll get the people that love Call of Duty excited. And to be fair, there's a lot of people that love Call of Duty, always does well, but it's not going to do anything for anyone else. And
yeah.
excuse me, most of the people that are playing Call of Duty aren't really the ones sort of taking part in the discourse online. So
Yeah, Call of Duty was a bit disappointing to have that played at the end.
yeah, disappointing
Yeah.
end to a disappointing showcase. Would say hopefully next year's can be better, but given they've just cancelled a couple of the games and killed a studio, it kind of explains why that showcase was a bit crap now.
Yeah,
Like
it's
afterwards,
like
everyone was like, "How come we didn't see more of Perfect Dark again?" Now we know.
yeah, because old Phil, he was sweating in those lovely gaming t-shirts he wears. He was sweating. He was getting nervous. Just didn't want to say. He looks like he's aged quite a lot, man. I mean, this job is just like killing. He feels like he's trying to like bring Xbox back to its a good place, and I don't know the guy above him is trying to fucking just ruin everything.
I think he does care, but he's kind of
Hamstrung.
now that he's at the big boy table, it's kind of gotten a bit real. But I
Uh,
think the acquisition of um, Activision Blizzard, I think he saw that as kind of a defensive move to. This is all my own headcanon, but I feel like he went with that to make the Xbox division sort of bulletproof. Because there's always been talk of the company like trying to sell it off or close it down or spin it off or whatever. And I think that was his play. He was like, oh, if I can get this over the line, that thing prints money, then they'll just be like, yeah, okay, there's the Xbox division safe. Or just leave you alone, you go and do your thing. But instead, it just brought more scrutiny, which obviously it was going to do when you spent $70 billion on the biggest publisher in the business. And
mm,
now it's like, okay, well, yeah, you're at the big boy table, but now you've got to answer for your division's profitability. And then you're on the chopping block if the company wants to shift money around to power crap
mm.
like AI.
Can I? What do you think about the rumors of the new Xbox? Because apparently there's been some leaks about the specs of both the PlayStation 6 and the Xbox. Um, isn't the new Xbox supposed to be like is rumored to be like a just a hybrid, just a PC, like a high end PC? Is that one?
I think
I
that's the expectation. I know
yeah,
apparently there were some AMD leaks recently, and I just haven't looked at them because I just haven't had the time or the mental
yeah,
bandwidth to look at them. So I don't
yeah,
really know what the leaks have been saying.
yeah,
But I think the expectation is the next Xbox will basically be a PC, but with a Xbox front end.
yeah.
And people are expecting that. I mean, you can install your Steam games and stuff, but I don't know how they're going to make that kind of a console friendly sort of thing for console gamers, where you don't have to go
Well,
in and worry about settings. I mean, it's kind of worked for the Steam Deck, but you still go in and sort of like manually tinker with the settings a bit. Some games have Steam Deck presets that it automatically loads into, and it kind of works well enough for what that hardware is. So they could do that, but that's going to mean every developer kind of making a preset for the game, and nobody's going to go back and do that for thousands of old Steam games.
mm,
I don't know. It's going to be a bit strange to see. They've got their new Ally, ROG Ally, Xbox Ally, whatever they're called, handsets that's supposed to be coming out end of this year. They're supposed to be at Gamescom as well, actually, like a proper look into them. And they're supposed to come with a new Xbox app experience that it sort of auto loads into. So the allies that are out there at the moment, I've got the Ally, the original Ally Z1 Extreme. You turn it on, it's a PC, it loads into Windows 11. Um,
yeah,
there's an ROG sort of front end that it then loads into, but it loads into Windows first.
mm,
And the ROG thing is basically just it scrapes all your launchers for all your games, and you can launch them from there. And I just always close it and just use Steam or Xbox app because I'm perfectly fine using Windows on a touchscreen. I've been doing it for about 15 years. Um, but yeah, so they're supposed to be making their own sort of new Xbox app that actually acts like a kind of consoleized front end, and it supposedly launches straight into that and disables a lot of stuff that Windows does in the background that obviously doesn't need for games.
mm,
So I think that's the first step to seeing what they're going to be doing with their next platform. If this kind of works, if this comes
mm,
out and it actually works and it makes the thing feel like a handheld,
hmm
then I think that'll be sort of like the first step to seeing where they go with their hardware after that and whether or not it's actually going to be useful or not.
yeah,
Because I
yeah,
don't know, like a console that lets you basically use it as a PC. Like, think of the concept. If you had a console, you could also buy games on Steam, GOG, and Humble Bundle, and wherever you wanted to buy them, and then just launch them from an Xbox UI, essentially what would be a console UI, and the games just auto configure themselves to that hardware and just play. It just plays like a console. That'd be a pretty compelling product, right? That's not just
mm,
me being crazy. For console users anyway, PC users will
yeah,
just stick with a PC.
yeah.
Um, but I think that'd be pretty compelling. But I think it's going to be extremely hard to actually do well.
Mm. Especially if I like the price will probably be pretty high as well.
Well, yeah, that's the other thing. I
Uh,
mean, is it going to be a subsidized box like consoles typically are? Because the reason they sell those at a reasonable price, which is getting more and more unreasonable as time goes on. Obviously, they've jacked up the Series X by $100 and £100 or whatever they've put it up to. And the PS5 Pro was just absurd. If it's going to be more expensive than that, because the reason consoles come out at a price that most people would look at and go, that's reasonable, is one, economies of scale, because they're going to sell hopefully tens of millions of them. Um, and two, the fact that they get a cut of everything that goes through the store. So every third-party game sale, they get 30% of it. Every piece of DLC, every microtransaction, they get 30% cut. If they put out this new sort of PC console hybrid and you can just go, no, I'm going to go to Steam, they don't get a cut of that. So
yeah,
surely the price of the hardware has to go up to compensate.
yeah.
But it's all up in the air at the moment. It's all just kind of hearsay and rumor, and we don't really know what's going to happen. So all
Mm,
we can do is just kind of hang on for probably another 2 years and see what they do.
yeah, yeah.
I think the handhelds will be some indication of what the plan is going forward, at least in terms of like UI and compatibility. So
Well,
we'll see what these things look like. I don't think I'm going to buy one because I have an Ally already. this is sort of the next gen Ally, but it's like in terms of performance on the new chipset, it's like a 15 to 20% uplift. And I'm not going to go and spend another 800 quid for that little performance boost. I'll just keep my current Ally. And also, they look really, really ugly. They'll probably
Not
be more
sexy.
comfortable to hold with the handles, but they look so bad.
Mm,
I just
yeah,
look at it and go, I don't want to own.
yeah. Oh well, we can only wait and see. But let's get back onto Gamescom. So, what's there to be expected?
Well, in terms of Xbox, I was trying to, we had a short break and I was trying to find out sort of what's going to be at Gamescom. I could only find the Xbox stuff, but Black Ops 7, everybody's favorite show closer, is
Oh
going to be
yeah.
there.
Oh yeah, yeah,
Yeah.
great.
As I say, they're doing broadcast day one and broadcast day two, so I think they're just going to have like running hours of content with like game demos and dev talks and stuff like they have done. Like they've done it after E3 before, where they've just done like stuff like that, and it just rolls on for a
Mm,
few hours. They don't really do any announcements. It's like stuff that's already announced.
hmm
Chronos: The New Dawn is going to be there, which
hmm
is a new game from Bloober Team, which I'm quite interested in seeing more of. Um, as I said, Final Fantasy VII Remake. Uh, the Indiana Jones DLC, The Order of the Giants, is going to be there. So at this point, I
hmm
think all we know about that is the name. Don't think we've seen anything of it. So that'd be interesting to see that. Keeper is going to be there. The new handhelds are going to be there. That's all on day one. Um, the new World of Warcraft expansion, bunch of other stuff. Day two, they've got, among other stuff, Silent Hill F, which I'm also really looking forward to see more of. I think that
Yeah.
and Kronos are actually out next month anyway, so they're like
Wow.
imminent. What else? Ninja Gaiden 4, Outer Worlds 2, High on Life 2, Final Fantasy Tactics, Metal Gear Solid Delta, Snake Eater, the MGS3 remake, a bunch of other stuff. So there's some good
Yeah.
stuff there, but like, I'd
Uh,
imagine this stuff's going to be running while we're both at work, so it'll probably just be like scouring YouTube to find
well,
bits that we're interested in.
I won't be at work. I'll be at jury service.
Oh, right, yeah, that's this week, isn't
Starts
it?
tomorrow. Yeah.
Mm.
Tomorrow. Yeah. So, way, yay.
Enjoy. Probably
Well,
going to be a
not.
long day.
It will be a
Or is
long
it
day.
2 weeks?
2 weeks. Yeah. That's just the.
Assuming you reach a verdict.
Well, that's it. It could go on longer. I mean, but they want me for 2 weeks. That's the standard, but we'll wait and see. At least I have my evenings back, so
That's true.
hopefully, yeah. So, yeah, Gamescom. I miss E3. I'm just gonna say it. It's miss E3. I'm tired of this summer Games Fest bollocks. Just bring
Tired of
E3 back.
Keely's bullshit.
Oh, it's just he does seem he likes games. I think. I think he does, but
I'm sure he
yeah, he's
does. I think,
yeah.
to
It's
be honest, I
just
think his shows are a bit rubbish because he's got kind of, I think he's got good intentions. He tries to bring a lot of indie stuff in and shine a lot on a lot of indie stuff, and he's been showing a lot of like Chinese and Korean stuff recently. And I think it's good to shine a light on that stuff, but also
yeah.
it's not the stuff most of the audience wants to see. So it just kind
Mm.
of ends up being a bit boring for the majority of people.
I
So
just I don't like the soullessness of it. It just
it
doesn't
is very
feel.
corporate.
Yeah.
There's a lot of advertising going on.
Yeah, and I just missed the E3 build up and the actual show and watching it and getting the get. I remember we used to gather around to watch it and get a few beers and some food and just watch it and be have our socks blown off. Really, so many big announcements was made during E3, and now it's all gone and it's all sort of turned into Summer Games Fest, which it just doesn't hit the same way, does it? Really,
I
you
miss
know?
everything being in within like 3 days.
Yeah.
Now it's like a month. And in a sense, you think, well, a month of announcements sounds great. A whole
Uh,
month of the stuff I care about.
mm,
But it just means you get things spread really thin and a lot of
mm,
stuff you really don't care about.
yeah. Yeah. Well, yeah.
So that's Gamescom. We've really set the excitement levels for the show
Well,
on Tuesday.
that's just us. I mean, I like Gamescom. It's good to still have the games con about and Tokyo Game Show and stuff like that, but it
I'm glad
doesn't
it's
just
they
be
still exist, but I'm disappointed that they're Keighley shows now because they're just no different from
Summer Game
Summer
Shows.
Games Fest and the TGAs. It
Yes.
used to be people had like people companies had their own showcases. Sony and Nintendo and Microsoft used to do a showcase at Gamescom. It was like a smaller one than their E3 one, but you still got
Yeah.
some big stuff there. Halo Wars 2 got announced at Microsoft's Gamescom showcase.
Well, also the Xbox One had its disastrous launch at game A3. Remember that? Fucking hell,
Well,
Jesus
the
Christ.
thing, the unveiling was like a few weeks before, wasn't it?
How was it?
And then the E3 was actually not bad. They showed some decent games. Like the Killer Instinct unveil was fucking hype, and I defy anyone to say otherwise. But yeah, the unveiling just soured the whole thing. And then they had the whole
Yeah,
thing where E3 where people were saying, well, questioning them about the always online stuff. And there was that sort of famous bit with Major Nelson go, well, we can't just turn a switch and turn it off. And then like a week later, they flicked the switch and turned it off and got rid of it.
yeah.
And
It's
they
a
never recovered.
it's a funny thing because pretty much consoles are always on, really.
They are now, yeah.
They
I
are,
mean,
yeah.
kind of
So
were at that point, to be
yeah, we
honest.
are
My
there. So
my
it
360 and my
has.
PS3 were constantly connected to the internet
Mm, yeah, I
throughout
mean,
most of that
uh,
gen.
current gens are always on. My Xbox is always updating in the background. So they always are online. It's funny that that's a thing now, but back then it was like a big, the end of the world sort of thing, wasn't it?
I mean, realistically, it shouldn't have been then because everybody was online all the time
Mm,
from sort of like at least the midpoint of the 360 and PS3 generation. Almost
now
everyone had their console constantly connected.
we're all
People were buying
connected,
digital games, people were playing multiplayer, people were downloading DLC, and and
but
it's not really any different now.
it's
It's
a
kind of the same as it was then, but
we're, we're
it was more the 24-hour check-in, I think, that set
yeah.
people off.
Yeah, I know that's a shame, but we are all connected constantly now, pretty much with our phones, um, computers, and we're always just connected. So this has kind of happened. Um,
Well, that's what I'm saying, though. It had already happened by that point. We all had
yeah,
smartphones in 2013.
yeah,
We all had consoles connected to the internet. We had smart TVs. It was already all there.
yeah.
I think that the reaction to some of it was very, very overblown. But I
Mhm,
think, as I say, I think it was the 24-hour check-in thing that pissed people
mhm.
off the most because they just felt like, why do you have to check I own this stuff I've paid for?
Oh, yeah, and like online games are bigger than ever. Yeah, they're huge now. They're probably the biggest thing in the gaming industry. Like we said, like Fortnite and stuff like that.
Yeah, and again, already were at that point, Halo 3 was massive. Call of Duty
Mm,
4 came out and was massive. And then Call of Duty just went on from there and got bigger and bigger. And that was
mhm,
2007 when those two games came out.
mm.
Yeah, like I say, a lot
Yeah,
of it was very overblown, but
yeah.
some of it legitimate concerns. But I mean, it was Xbox's own fault for just making a very undesirable product for most people. I saw a thread on forum reset era the other day, said someone saying, "Do you know what? The PS3 was definitely worth $600." And I looked in the thread, and it was like it had like memory card slots, and it had Linux support, and this and that. I'm like, that's just a load of shit nobody wanted.
Mm,
You tacked in a load of stuff that 99% of people didn't want or care about, but had to pay
mm,
for. And then
mm,
I had that thought, and I thought, wait, that sounds familiar.
yeah, man.
Gaming
Yeah,
industry is very much all this has happened before, and all of it will happen again.
just keep
But it'll
happening.
just be different people on each side of the argument each
Yeah.
time.
Well, that's it. Well, I think we'll leave it there, Ross. I mean, unless you have any final thoughts, Jerry Springer style.
No, just say negative as we might sound. I am looking forward to Gamescom. I mean, there'll be stuff that comes out. I'm not going to watch. I think I might watch the Keighley bit live because I think it's in the evening on Tuesday, so I won't be at work while that's on. But the other stuff, I'll probably just like catch trailers and stuff. I think Resident Evil 9 is going to be there as well at Jeff's one opening night live, so I'm
Yeah.
interested to see that.
Uh,
Um,
uh, has it gone back to its horror roots? It looks like.
it looks like. I mean,
Mm.
to be honest, I didn't finish
Again,
Resident Evil 8, so I need to go back and
it's gone back to
play
its
that.
horror roots again.
Resident Evil 8 kind of turned me off. I got to a point where you fight a zombie dragon, and I was like, oh, this is as stupid as Resident Evil 6. And then I stopped
Mm,
playing it.
yeah, they sort of went back to their roots with 7. Still had it's odd moments of silliness,
Yeah,
but then
like
they
the
were just
very
like,
end.
yeah, that was just dumb.
That was very typical Resident Evil
Mm,
post like Resident Evil 5 stupidity, but it kind of worked because you're essentially fighting a haunted house at
yeah,
the end of the game. So I was like, okay, I'll give it that. But
yeah,
8 just seems like it's just like, oh yeah, we're going back to being really, really stupid, like
so,
Resident Evil 6, where you
yeah,
fight a blue bottle fly for some reason.
yeah, yeah,
And yeah, so I'll probably have to go back and force myself through that before 9 comes out because I do like the look of 9. It does look good.
yeah. It looks good. Um, yeah, well, I think we'll leave it there. Yeah, we'll be at LAGC in London and Hammersmith. Be there, be square. We'll be there walking around with our camera, recording and
Yes, and
drinking
we would like
beer.
to talk to more people, as I keep saying. So, but we're extremely anxious weirdos. So, if you see us and you want to be in the video, just shout, "I want to be in the video," and we'll come and talk to you and put a camera in your face.
We've interviewed 2 people. You've interviewed a market stall person.
Yeah,
I
it took me
remember.
5 minutes to work up to that.
Yeah, and I interviewed that fan of ours. Do you remember the
Yeah,
Northern
it was
guy?
his first ever
Yeah,
con.
yeah.
So yeah, I'd like to do
So,
more stuff like that, but maybe like not as long, just like
mm,
shorter bits, just like why are you here? Like,
mm.
what do you like about LAGC? Something like that. Not
Who
why
are
are
you?
you here?
Who are you? What are you doing here? But yep, that's it for the Game of Chums podcast. It's been a while. Hopefully, we'll get back to it more frequently. Hopefully, we can quit our jobs and do this full time and enjoy your job. You know, it'll
God,
be
imagine
nice, won't
that.
it?
Imagine
Imagine
enjoying your
enjoying.
job.
We'll each be our own bosses. Of course, I'll be a senior chum,
I
and
mean, you
I'll
can
be
tell
like,
yourself that, but I'll just ignore everything you say.
I'll be like, Raw, where you're behind with the video. I've wanted the first edit 2 days ago. Where is it? Paul, you're not giving me anything. Oh, no, but
Also,
so
screw you.
no, I'm the one with the money coming in. Yeah, so you want, yeah. We have a lawsuit
Yeah,
on
we'll
our
have we'll
hands.
have to see about that if this gets bigger.
Yeah.
Start up a joint account,
Oh yeah.
move everything over.
It'll definitely be that when we start. But we're just getting verified and stuff. But yeah. So that was the episode.
That was the
Hope
day that was.
yeah. So we hope you enjoyed our innate ramblings and concerns about AI, Gamescom, the future of Xbox, Jeff Keighley's crap, and everything like is going on wrong in the world. So, but yeah, this podcast is available on all good podcast platforms, apart from Apple Music. Boo Apple Music. Boo you. But everywhere else it's available. So please give it a listen, give it a watch, give it a like, give it whatever you want, man. But thanks
Send
for
it to your
watching.
nan. Tell her to listen.
But yeah, we're lovable chaps. Um, and we do have young fans, so we try and keep the swearing down now. But
Hasn't really
anyway,
worked in this episode though.
not really. I don't think they really listen to the podcast. They're more interested in our vlogs. But thanks for watching, thanks for listening, and we'll see you again on the next one. Say bye, Rose.
See you, pals.
Ah, yeah, keep waving, Rose. Keep waving. Bye.